For me, music, and particularly performing live music, is a place to really express yourself and also connect with people on a very human and emotional level. The cliche phrase is that when words fail, music speaks, and I really feel that very strongly. I think you're able to connect with people on a very deep level and also connect with yourself.
I think that performance is such a wonderful way to bring people together, and I think festivals always, for me, have this amazing sense of community and shared values, and I think celebrating that and being a part of that's always such a special and lucky feeling, I think.
And in this country, we are really privileged to have fantastic arts in all areas. We really are. You know, it's very, very important to support it.
What I manage to see on a very regular basis is the difference that performance opportunities can make to not just young people, but those with maybe a few more years on their shoulders as well, because our festivals provide a platform for performance which I don't believe exists anywhere else, certainly not in terms of it being multidisciplinary. So I don't think there's another organisation that can offer opportunities for young musicians, young dancers, young actors, young speakers to perform. But it has a connection, I think, with every community. I think it has the power to change lives.
BIFF for festivals is an umbrella body. It provides, as I see it, a structure to performing arts festivals in all the disciplines of dance, speech and drama, music, singing. It brings to them the structure of good safeguarding, good data protection, and the structure of good adjudication, so that children or young folk from all parts of the country benefit from the same level and quality of adjudication, so that their performance can be looked at, commented upon and encouraged. And BIFF provides those benefits to festivals throughout the country and to festivals abroad.
I think that children that do festivals walk taller. I think that life is hard. I think that if you've performed on stage, you have an edge of confidence. You are able to walk into a job interview for anything, doctor, nurse, lawyer, solicitor, and your hand will be out and there'll be a firm "Hi, I'm," and you'll introduce yourself with confidence. I think festivals induce confidence to children that they wouldn't have. They're able to communicate, they're able to talk, they're able to interact with people.
Well, one young man I can think of straight away, and he was a performer in our speech and drama section, and he is now a solicitor up in London, and he puts his ability down to standing up and speaking in public and engaging with all his clients down to the experience that he had being on stage here as a youngster. It's all about confidence.
It's just the adrenaline mixed with the fire, like that's why we dance, that's where the passion comes from. It doesn't compare to anything else. Just being on stage, it's completely different to everything else we do in life.
I mean, everyone deserves the chance to do it, and it's just really fun, like, because people will watch you and people can get inspired. And yeah, I think it's very good to perform on stage, gives you good confidence.
My connection to the festival goes back to when I was a competitor, when I was back, in my teens, back into the 1970s, and I've played in both bands, quartets, ensembles, and solos every year.
I think, like, for a long time, like I've come from a very musical family, so I was raised musical, and I think I'm super lucky in that. But I don't think it's closed off to people who weren't raised like that. I think music is something that's available for everyone. And I think that's why it's so great. People who would never talk to each other suddenly could be friends because of music. I think music is just like a universal language. I think that's quite lovely that we can all connect through that.
It feels really great to be performing on stage because it's like you can feel the pressure, but it's a good pressure because you know that whatever you do, then you know that you're going to be proud of yourself.
Each girl's performance was 30 seconds long, but we've seen the work that they've put into it outside of that 30 seconds, which is at home, which is practice, rehearsal, learning, and it gives them an opportunity to, in front of an audience, to shine and to see people clapping and to see how proud we all are of them.
Before you do it, it feels really nervous but then exciting, and when you do it after, you feel proud.
The festival platforms are very important in relation to allowing people of all ages, different abilities, to have a platform to share, to experience. It's a competition, it is a competitive platform, so obviously we're looking at technical ability and artistry and how you work as an ensemble sometimes, but it's open to everyone. It's not just about elite training. It's about somebody who enjoys singing in their choir, and they can get there and they can get really constructive feedback from a professional person. I think that's, to be able to take that report home and go, okay, that's what I need to work on. It really then allows them to invest in the next performance and in their progress.
If you're involved in the performing arts in all its many ways, shapes and forms, you want to support your local festival because it's important to see how other people are getting on and to celebrate all our musical and various performing arts successes. And obviously, a festival, competition, call it what you will, it's a good chance to brush up on your technique, brush up on your performance, and get some positive critique from an adjudicator to help you move forward. As I said before, celebrate everybody's success.
This festival only uses BIFF adjudicators. We know that the standard is very high.
Well, the role of an adjudicator is to judge and make assessments, but above all, I feel the role of an adjudicator is to encourage and enable each and every competitor, no matter what their standard is, so that they go away feeling positive and hopefully looking forward to the next time when they perform, bearing in mind the advice you've given them on the sheet.
Music is accessible. Music is for all, and that we don't always just welcome you in the door because you're a world beater, because you're going to get 90 marks. We can keep inclusivity at the centre of our beliefs, while still retaining the elements from a festival that people respect.
That's what I've always loved about festivals. Even when I've ever doubted whether I want to carry on doing them, it's always just what dance is all about is the performance. And you don't get that opportunity in day-to-day classes. And it's not like there are many other competitions that we can do. So local festivals are just such a great opportunity to be able to celebrate what's so brilliant about dancing, which is performing for an audience.
With our inclusive group, they just genuinely love to perform, and it's like so nice to see like a love for performance, which they do have.
I think often when you're on stage or when you're performing to a mass group of people who are often in shadow, it can feel quite ominous, and it is very natural before a performance to feel nervous, to feel lots of kind of adrenaline. But I think there is a point in a performance when it's going well where the music becomes something that's bigger than you, something separate, and then it becomes a kind of beautiful shared entity, and I think that's when magic happens.
Well, I think BIFF is just wonderful. I think as an institution, it enables people to go out and offer help and specialist advice in the creative arts, and at a time when creative arts are sometimes marginalised in education or marginalised in life, BIFF is that sort of little powerful nucleus that shoots out in all directions and sends its ambassadors, the adjudicators, to just give life where perhaps there is none. I think it's a very valuable institution, and I personally think it's wonderful.
BIFF is there in the background all the time. There are some basic things that we couldn't do without. So things like insurance and lots of guidance on how to run a particular event, or if we've had an issue, or what do we do now. Not only is it the federation itself, but also all the other festivals are part of that, so there's a nice network there. So it was really helpful. So yeah, I think they're an integral part of it. They are our go-to guidance, if you like. If we're worried about something, we would always go there. Absolutely, it is crucial.